him.
Yeah, well, basically I met Russell at a music festival in '98. We sort of wrote songs together, and we met Gordon in 2000. We met Matt in 2003, so we've been going for about, in some form we've been going since '98.
Somewhere at sex.
Well, we kind of sort of, initially it was just sort of songs that Russell and I wrote between ourselves, sort of on the guitar, sort of just, sort of classic rock songs or something.
I brought my guitar, we set up in the front room, didn't really know what to expect, was kind of interested, sort of impressed with what they were doing. They both could play. Russell, obviously, he was a bit more kind of technical and was doing lead parts. But they both had a really good, strong guitar style. And they were interesting kind of interplay with guitar. And yeah, I remember Russell showed me, he said, we've got this song which is called, I don't know what it was called, it became a song called Life of the Party, which we played when we started gigging. And Russell showed me this bass guitar line that he'd written for the song. He'd basically written this bass part to go with their two guitar parts, and he said, right, here's the part, and he showed me it. And it was quite tricky.
Somebody making their TV debut. That's the kind of thing it is here at Later. We welcome Bloc Party.
I've got a frequency that's coming from my voice, which is horrible.
When you're a 15-year-old, you kind of, you see the glamour, and you see the adulation and stuff, and you see the excitement. You don't see, the driving around all night, sort of not seeing your friends for a month at a time, not seeing your family. You don't take that into account, but that is very much part of it as well. I think this is just a real sense of unease with the album. It was just trying to convey that right now, being a 22-year-old in the Western world, it's just like the most deflated experience ever, really. The world isn't a bountiful playground. It's actually incredibly more bland, really, and it's just coming to terms with that as an adult was probably one of the hardest things I ever had to do.
You'll find it hiding in shadow. It will walk you home safe every night. It will help you remember.
Everything has been marketed and sold to teenagers in the way that you have people like Avril Lavigne and bands like Busted supposed to be sort of, you know, punk rock, when in fact they're just, you know, they're just part of the machine that is seeking to annihilate, like, the imagination of the young. Yeah, I don't know, it kind of makes me feel a little sad sometimes when I look at what's happening, because I realise that we actually are part of the machine. You know, there's so much press about us. You know, I really hope that what we do actually means something to people. Yeah, I think that music will always be a part of my life, but I've just realised that there's no substitute at all for genuine intimacy. The prayer was quite, you know, experimental and kind of abrasive, and, you know, it was important that, you know, we kind of shocked people with our first, you know, with our comeback single, but I think the single has some more the daytime radio potential. Just a, you know, very kind of simple story about regret, really, and how that can cast a shadow over one's life, and that's something I guess a lot of people can really relate to. So it's no big story.
Kelly was depressed.
Yeah, tell me something new.
Before we recorded Silent Alarm, we were already writing stuff.
Yeah, I think you know, 2 months before that record came out, we'd been back in the studio to demo stuff. I'm not sure if any of those ideas really made it to the
We used
final
Siroxat. That was in that session.
Was it?
The basic riff for Siroxat was in that session. I listened back to it recently.
Well, there you go.
I think we all knew that it wasn't going to be like another sort of angular guitar record. I think we were quite keen on sort of bringing other elements into it, and you could tell with the way that the beats are being put together, the drum parts, that, you know, there was going to be sort of some kind of machine element to it in a way.
I cannot freaking wait till Bloc Party, most original band around. Kelly rocks, that's from Gary in Northern Ireland. OMG, 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 as they do on the text. Bloc Party news! When was it again? It's pretty much now. Can't wait for the Bloc Party news from Laura and the MK. Play some Bloc Party from Liam. All of the above will be done. Hi Kelly, how you doing?
I'm doing alright, how you doing, Zach?
Yeah, very good. Nice surprise to see you in here at Radio 1 on a Monday. with the countdown today as well. We'll get to that.
Well, you know, I was just passing by, so I thought I'd
What's that down on the desk?
Oh, it's
what is that?
funny you should ask.
It's a circular little object. It looks remarkably like a CD to me.
Oh.
It has on the front of it just one word. What's that word, Kelly?
That word is Mercury.
It says Mercury. Right on. And what is Mercury?
What is Mercury?
Not the dictionary definition if you can help us.
Okay.
Yeah, what is it? What is
What is it?
Yeah.
It's a song that we finished a little while ago that we're really proud of, so we thought we'd let everyone get a chance to hear it.
Should we play it?
Yeah,
For the first time?
Bring it on.
Let me make sure it's working. Can I give it a little scratch? Here it is.
Okay.
We all set? First time ever. Thanks, Kelly. Back to you in a second.
I have a big, I'm a big fan of, no, yeah, there you go, exactly. We're gonna ask you what it's like making intimacy, but I guess that kind of sounds a little off though.
No, but it's okay, it's fine. It's because I understand that you're talking about the record intimacy, not about having sex. Both were enjoyable experiences. Intimacy was probably the most enjoyable record it was to make for us, for me personally. It was quite easy going.
I could sleep forever these days, 'cause in my dreams I see you again. But this time blessed out good face in your confirmation dress.
You know, there are some nods to maybe some, you know, nods and winks to different kind of electronic styles, but I think it's still very much pop music, you know. But yeah, it's great to hear it in clubs. I imagine it goes down. Of the 3 records, it's the one record that there's nothing about it I'd like to change. You know, with the first 2 records, there's lots of stuff that I'd change. Definitely on the first record, there's lots of stuff I'd change. But this record, I don't feel I'd like to change anything about it. I think it captured what we wanted, you know, what I wanted to do really well, and I'm happy that it did it. But now now I'm thinking about the next record. I'm not really thinking about changing anything about it. I'm really proud of it. I think it sounds like a rock band that have an awareness of how maybe DJing and electronic music works without necessarily making a full-on electro record. It's just there are moments on certain songs that I think allude to some contemporary electronic music, but I think that's it.
I found myself at the point where we kissed first on a rooftop.
2 separate sessions, and it was quite liberating as well. It was definitely my favourite record of the 3.
In 98, we danced to the sound of sirens. We danced to the sound of sirens. We danced to the sound of sirens. We danced to the sound. 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 We danced to the dance to the dance to the sound.
think we've matured more as people. I think we've learned where our strengths lie, rather than kind of battling against each other, trying to make music.
Just ignore the signs. Ain't got time to lose. Can't shake the drama. Time will see. The empire never ended.
I feel like for Kelly, like there was a conscious effort to move away from having like an overarching theme to this record. I think he was adopting more of a loose approach to lyric writing this time round. He might even say a bit more freeform, perhaps. Maybe you could draw comparisons to some of the lyric writing on Silent Alarm, which is a bit more abstract and, less spelled out, I suppose.
While I was dreaming, whispered love into my ear. I've lived in every town, but here is where I find her.
I think there are moments of musculature, but it's also very tender. I think it's probably I think some of our most tender songs are on this record, and I don't know, it's opposites, isn't it? You have. We always kind of veer from opposites, veer between extremes, and I see it. I guess it is probably heavy, but I see it as our most tender record. Metal, that's interesting. Do you like metal? Well, I guess you guys will probably be the judge of that when we play some more songs, right?
Speaking of all that footage, I read that you guys might be working on a documentary. Is that true?
I guess we're inadvertently working on it. We're just trying to capture as much footage as we can. I don't know if there's concrete plans yet, but I'm sure Matt will be able to put together an amazing 3-hour documentary sometime between now and the show.
Yeah. Scorsese's The Last Waltz will have nothing on what I come up with, that's for sure.